Well, Chapel Hill neighborhood flooded by recent storms, preparing for what's expected to come.
CBS 17's Ben Boken is at Camelot Village condos with the precautions they're taking.
This is just a snippet of the damage that ravaged homes in the Camelot Village neighborhood of Chapel Hill. Now, nearly 7 months later, Ken Jones is preparing for the worst. He bought the condo for his nephew, who was forced to move out after the last flood.
At least if it just gets up above the threshold, it won't come into the apartment this time.
Back in January, nearly 25 of these condos were flooded during a storm. Now, some residents are preparing for this week with wooden planks like this. The affordable housing community lies in a floodway, so some plan to battle Tropical Storm Debbie with all kinds of barriers at their doors.
Our heart races a little bit because we're keeping an eye on the parking lot, watching the water line, hoping, and when it recedes, we're like, yes, we're good.
Eric Hurlbert, who was displaced by floods over the last few years, is now moving to the second floor to get away.
I like living out here. And for me, I love the scenery out there. But the one aspect was, if we get that heavy rain, what happens?
The neighborhood recently set up sand barriers to try and stop the water from reaching the condos, but residents say it was taken down.
If you can't write huge checks, you kind of have to, there's always a penalty for that. And I guess dealing with the flood is the penalty for not being independently wealthy.
Jones says there's little affordable housing left in Chapel Hill and fears for those who have nowhere else to go. In Chapel Hill, Ben Boken, CBS 17 News.